Welcome to Dishing with the Dean, our second attempt to watch my boss, the Dean of Engineering, who is a dean by day and a cook by night. Both require certain engineering skills. And he's going to talk to us about fried eggplant. He first said it was going to be the art of flash frying, but then he said that was just sort of a way of tricking you guys to get in the door. So I'm not quite sure what the difference is. And thanks to the Alumni Association for helping us promote this. We're going to have the list of ingredients in the chat, so you can copy those down if you feel like trying this at home eventually. And then also, if you have questions, if you put those into the chat, and I'll just be reading those to Chell as he cooks along. So, Dean Roberts, the floor is yours.
Tonight, we are going to make the most amazing eggplant you have ever tasted in your life. And if you don't like eggplant, you're going to like it after this. Your family's going to like it after this. You finally found something to do with eggplant besides ratatouille. So, in order to do that, I'm going to use the technique. And the technique leads to an eggplant Parmesan. But the technique is also useful if you want to do a chicken parm instead. You want to get rid of that eggplant. You don't like it. Fine, I'll show you what to do. But it also works for wienerschnitzel. When I first heard wienerschnitzel from a chef on a chef show, I subscribed to some of these professional classes. I thought it was a hot dog or something. But no, it's a pork cutlet that's been breaded and rapidly fried. No, not fried, sauteed, fried. And we'll show you how that's done. So I tried this with the eggplant, and it turns out to be glorious, wonderful. And I have a little bit of a cough, but you'll see how that works. First thing I want to do is show you some of the utensils I'm going to be using tonight. Everybody has to have a good chef's knife. I keep mine very sharp, and I cut my fingers with them occasionally and go to the hospital, but not very frequently anymore. It still happens.
What do you have to spend for a good cooking knife? What's the minimum?
Oh, this one's a Victorinox, and that's only about $40 for that one. I have some that are about $100 a single knife, but for me, it's how it feels in your hand. I want a big blade for a chef's knife, and then I have a lot of knives. I have a boning knife, I have paring knives, I have other knives, but this is my most used tool because I do onions, I do garlic with this, and I do the primary setup with a chef's knife. But the Victorinox is, you find them on Amazon. I think you can probably get a set with a small paring knife for about $40, maybe a little bit under that for the two, which is okay for chef's knife. I'm not going to use a lot of the chef's knife because I already did that tonight. Tongs, and that's because we're going to immerse in oil and take out oil. You don't want to do it with your fingers. That's a bad thing. All metal, no rubber on the tip. I have a thermometer, and this is for oil. When you fry, I'm going to put about an inch of oil in a pan. And I'm going to bring that oil up to almost 350, right about there. You don't want it lower than 325. You don't want it higher than 370, else it starts to smoke and burn, depending on the type of oil you use. So I use this to measure that exactly. You may not have one, and I'll show you kind of what to do if you don't have one to make that work. The most dangerous thing I'm going to use today is this. It is a microplane. No, it's not a microplane. It's a mandolin. And a mandolin is used to thinly slice things or to make French fries or other things. And if you watch closely, mine is dialable. So I can dial my mandolin up and get a big thick slice or down, grind it down just a little bit. And that's about what I'm going to do tonight. It's fine. So I got to have a mandolin. Now, because I'm using a mandolin, one time I actually cut the end of my thumb off with a mandolin. Oh, it still causes me nightmares. But I learned my lesson, and so I bought a set of mandolin gloves. They're not actually metallic. You can get metallic ones, but they're heavy and cut resistant. So they let me know if I get too close. So I always wear a glove now because I didn't like doing that. You will need